Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Masuki Arts. Today we are going to be doing a quick little Dollar Tree run, as you can see, just to get some random little art supplies and kind of take a peek around and look at things that are just fun. Before we get into this sketchbook tour, there was a lot of silly stuff there, as there always is, but I did end up leaving with some pretty nice art supplies, including like some different types of tape, some like jewelry making and sewing supplies, as well as these really cool like colored mechanical pencils and just a random red pen. I also found some really nice like 3D stickers, and the highlight of this video, which will be this tempera paint, and I ended up buying this little container to use as like a palette for it, which is really nice. I've been in need of like an on-the-go palette, so I think this will be perfect. And I ended up sketching something just to get us started, and I mixed up some paint for it. I'm really excited to try this paint, guys, so let's just hope it goes well. And sorry for the discontinuity, lack of continuity, because yeah, in that last clip I had already sketched this out, and for some reason during editing I didn't catch that, and I mixed up the clips. But anyway, we're just starting off with like a cute character. I think during this sketch with me, we're really going to highlight like spooky season stuff. Just there was a lot of Halloween stuff at the Dollar Tree, and of course I did my spooky fairies video recently, so I've really been in the mood for like some fun, just, you know, holiday cheer, if you can call it that. I feel like people use that term mainly for Christmas, but I feel like it fits here. So to start, I decided to draw this character with just some like witchy purple braids. For some reason I really associate like purple braids with witches. I'm not sure why, but I actually really enjoyed using the tempera, I don't know how to say it, the paint. I really enjoyed using this paint in my sketchbook, because it's pretty similar to watercolor. It basically is watercolor, and I really didn't have any like liquid watercolors that I was comfortable using in like such a throwaway sketchbook. For those of you who aren't familiar, I keep 2 sketchbooks at any given time. One's for little doodles and fun ideas like this, and one is for like my actual paintings that you know, have like a higher purpose, and that are like finished. I really do recommend keeping 2 sketchbooks because you get to have fun in both of them. Really, like they're both fun in their own unique ways, but having this sketchy one where you're okay with having like total garbage existing in it is like a really healthy thing, because creation isn't always supposed to be like neat. But anyways, I've talked enough about that on my channel. This second doodle I'm doing here, to kind of match our witchy girl, is going to be focused on environments, because when I drew this stuff, I was super art blocked. I really just I did this video because I really needed to get out of the house, and then I needed to do some like loose art, just so I didn't like lose all my skills while I didn't feel like drawing. I mean, that was really why I was so comfortable just like randomly showing myself shopping in Dollar Tree for art supplies, just because sketch with me's are supposed to be such a casual and chill thing, and it was really fun to get out and just look at some like really cheap art supplies, because I think art supplies can be so expensive. It can make art feel like something that's high pressure, which obviously it's not meant to be. So every once in a while I like to loosen things up a little bit, and that really helped. I also like to like stick literal garbage in this sketchbook. Like I think I have like a Mountain Dew wrapper and like pieces of a brown paper bag taped in, and like calico critter packaging. Like there's all kinds of things in here that really I wouldn't put in my finished drawing sketchbook, and otherwise would get like thrown out. But if I find that I really like the material or the colors or whatever, now I get to stick them in here and just, you know, have a grand old time making something I really like. I used to kind of take this attitude about my painting sketchbooks too, but I didn't really reserve it as a place for sketching. It really just meant that sometimes like Skittle wrappers ended up in there. Like I made a reel probably about a year ago now where I did like that green flag or red flag trend or whatever that was going around on TikTok and Instagram, except I did it with my sketchbook, and it was like, you know, my guinea pig doodles and the Skittles wrapper that's in my sketchbook for some reason, and something else I don't really remember, but yeah, I kind of do that in my sketchy sketchbook now, as I call it, instead, just so that I can keep my painting sketchbook looking a little more professional. Now, I know this isn't just me, but I really like doodling on sticky notes. Sometimes I'm just really intimidated by like a little corner of my sketchbook, and I want to like fill it out a little bit more. So working on sticky notes is really nice, and it gives me a chance to kind of work outside of the constant lefty problem that is like the spiral constantly stabbing into my wrist. But anyways, after I finished working on a little sticky note to fill out that other page, I decided I wanted to doodle some ghosts to make like a full spread for this video. After all, by the time this video comes out, it will be well into October. I'm actually like super ahead this month for some reason. I think it's because I filmed a sketchbook tour recently, so it gave me a little bit more time, and obviously a sketch with me is like a really quick video, which is kind of nice. But anyways, I decided to draw some ghosts, and that one on the top, I kind of wanted to do some like medieval clothing, so I drew like a princess that looks like she was like betrayed by her army or something. And then for this next one, I decided to do like an older lady wearing some kind of period wear. I'm not sure what it is. Like, it's not Victorian. It's definitely not Victorian, just because of the collar. I'm not sure. But she looks like she has some status, and her face is a little stretched. But I figure since she's a ghost, it doesn't really matter. She's probably kind of ghoulish looking in the afterlife. And then for this next one, I decided to cover it up with another sticky note because I really messed up. But I wanted to do another medieval inspired kind of a dame, you know, and I decided to contort her face a little bit, which is why I had to kind of cover her up because her other one just didn't look right. To kind of fill out the space here, I ended up drawing this key and then like a whole bunch of eyes. I feel like a lot of people turn to drawing eyes when they don't know what to put in a space, or like when they're doodling during class or whatever. But for some reason, once I got serious about art, I kind of like stopped letting myself do that. Like if I was going to draw eyes, I was going to draw a face with it, but really I think there's nothing wrong with like focusing on one specific thing so that you can improve. So I decided to just let myself be loose with it and draw a whole bunch of eyes. I've also noticed that I've gotten like really stiff about how I draw eyes, and I've always just kind of drawn them the same way, and I really like how I draw eyes, but I still want the characters to look different, you know? I feel like sometimes as an illustrator, I kind of neglect the character design aspect of kind of my sector of art, if you will, and eyes are like a huge part of a character's design. They say so much about them and can change so much. Like I feel like if you took like, you know, Tanjiro or another like really happy-go-lucky like anime character or something and gave them like really ominous eyes, it would really change how you perceive them, and I really think I need to like experiment a bit with that in my own character designs and illustrations. I mean, usually my illustrations feature one-off characters, but since storytelling is such a big part of illustration and you want to be able to pull the viewer into the little world that you create and the little story that goes with it, so I really feel like I need to get better at that. So I decided to let myself, and then I kind of did these washes of color over our ghosts, and then filled in the space with some like black marker ink. I feel like this really like kind of washed out the page and was almost like a mistake, but it was really fun, so I guess I don't really care that much. I'm going to try to get a spooky fairy tales video out this year for Halloween. I think it was 2020. I did like obscure fairy tales that were kind of spooky as illustrations, and I'd kind of like to do something similar this year. So let me know if that's something you're interested. But yeah, other than that, that's it for this Sketch With Me vlog. I hope you all enjoyed our little Dollar Tree excursion and then using those supplies in my sketchbook. This was a really fun video to make, and it came together surprisingly quickly. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!